One, two, three, go. All right, so this is a video response to Tony's 500 tidbit subscriber competition, whatever he's doing. So Tony, congratulations on your 500 subscribers. That's a lot of people watching you. Big Brother is watching, Tony. So got a little bit of the old legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitche Gumee. That would be the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, Gordon Lightfoot. Anyhow, so Tony wanted for everybody to give some tidbits about, talk about something that you don't really talk about here on the vinyl community. I never really did an introduction to the vinyl community, so I'm shrouded in some bit of mystery, I suppose. So I figured I would kind of talk about that. I'm trying to make Sam laugh, so she's eating pretzels.
Mystery shrouds.
Mystery shrouds. So, anyhow, a little bit about things that people, I guess, wouldn't know about me unless you really know me.
You're like Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. Why am I like Neil Diamond?
No, you like Neil Diamond.
Ouch. Ooh, right there. That hurts right there. You got me in the heart. No, so yeah, I do like Neil Diamond.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. There's yeah. Neil Diamond, his early stuff, don't get me wrong. Not the billowing chest hair Neil Diamond that we've learned to love. Coming to America, Neil Diamond. But anyhow, so I guess what I wanted to talk about, I'll talk about real quickly, kind of why I'm here and why I do what I do. So I figure that's probably a good thing to talk about. So we're going to go all the way back to when I was a senior in high school, which I just sort of had a class reunion here recently, 10-year. I've been out of school for about that long, I think. 10 years. It was weird because a lot of people, I graduated at a pretty big high school. I think it was about 650 people, which Sam, we kind of joke about because you were, 125, something like that?
About 140.
140, so kind of a drop in the bucket. But definitely it's a big school. You could really kind of get lost in it. Lost in the cliques, I guess you could say. So a lot of my friends recently were talking to me and saying, "Hey, man, you going to the class reunion?" And I kind of let them know. I said, "You know what? All those people that are going, I didn't have anything to say to them 10 years ago, and I certainly don't have anything to say to them today." So, that's pretty rough.
Jerk.
What a jerk. But anyhow, so in high school I was into punk rock. And I really didn't give a crap about school, which listened to a lot of music. I think my priorities were probably listening to music and riding around on my skateboard. That was pretty much about it. But simpler times, if you will. But when I was a senior in high school, I did this project. It was sort of in this, it wasn't like a technical or vocational sort of group, but it was sort of a pilot program that the school had put on where you were sort of in technology based. Your curriculum was technology based, and television production, things like that. Which was what I was all about. You know what I mean? I could really give a crap about algebra or calculus or whatever. So, but anyhow, it was all like real technology based and sort of business based, and they had a couple different things about it. So my senior project was to basically get accepted to a college or a university. So what I did was they gave us some time where they gave us where you could sit down and sort of pick a career, what you wanted, what do you want to do with your life. And being a slacker by trade, I kind of thought what would be the easiest thing to do: music, be a radio DJ. So I kind of there was all this time, we had all these binders that you could go through, and it kind of talked to you about different careers and sort of like what you had to do to be successful at these careers. So, the radio DJ one was, coming up with your own playlists, and you had to know music trivia and things like that. And I really thought to myself, I was like, man, I don't really know much about music trivia, but, I always have been a big history fan because, the weird thing about history is, of course, it never changes, so it's like you learn it and then that's it. So it makes a very strange parallel to, the music that I enjoy, I guess. But, so it's like all this stuff about learning how to be a DJ and whatnot. So I kind of like really just focused on that. Like I was just like, all right, I can do this. This is something that I can do and I can excel at. And, I pretty much spent like all my time just learning about music. And, I was kind of had my sight on. There was this awesome radio station in Pittsburgh, and they played classic rock. So I kind of took a shift towards the classic rock side, and because I knew it through the Doors. I mean, I was listening to punk rock, but I sort of still had a pretty good foundation for that. And this radio station was awesome. I mean, it was just friggin' awesome. It was like the only place that you could call in and they would play, seriously, like the 13th floor elevators, like stuff from Bull from the Woods, which is, think about that. Just think about that for like a second. And, so my aspirations were always to sort of, work for this radio station. So as things went on, I was in college and, I worked at the local, I did work at the local radio station, but I also worked at the college station. I was a manager. I had people underneath me, and DJs underneath me. I, kind of selected who was going to play, different days of the week. We kind of talked about playlists. I had them kind of give me a playlist and say, hey, this is what I was going to play. And I was like, all right, right on, that was good. Or, seriously, are we going to play the Eagles again this week? You played Hotel California last week. Kind of things like that. So I was brutal. And of course, when I was in college, spending plenty of time occupying the record store, which, they eventually just gave me a job, I think, because I was there all the time. And they had the All Music Guide, which I was sort of I would just read page after page after page when I was there. So, I mean, just cool stuff like that. But then finally, when I graduated, soon after, I did get an internship at Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh, at a radio station. And the year I graduated, that radio station sort of turned into, I don't know, what's the best way to even describe this station? Sort of like, it's like, what? Like dentist office music, stuff like that. Like it's hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and today, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. They play...
Feel good, happy.
Yeah, they play everything, you know what I mean?
Everything anybody could ever possibly
Any
love,
song,
maybe.
yeah, any song that has ever made you feel good, they play on that station. It's like a mix of, shopping music and, I don't know, just ridiculous. And for when I graduated, for probably the first year, it didn't actually even have anybody... There wasn't any DJs. I don't even know is there still DJs on it now? I don't even think there is. It's all,
Syndicated.
Yeah, it's all syndicated, basically. So that was a bummer. That was a huge blow. And so, I'm doing an internship at this radio station in Pittsburgh. And, by the second day, I was really like, all right, I don't know if this is what I want to do, because I sort of learned that, you got to keep in mind, this was like in the middle of, 2000, 2005, 2006, stuff like that. And technology was really taking off. And, you could basically have a monkey press a button and play the song. There was no, it was all programmed. There was, they went off of the Billboard. Luckily this station sort of played some kind of older songs, but, the new songs that they were sneaking in there, it was all crap, basically. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. It was a format that I was just not a fan. I mean, I've worked at more radio stations of formats that I've not liked than ones that I've liked, which is very strange. But it's a job. So needless to say, I kind of turned my coat to the wind and. I have not looked back, so not really doing anything in radio, because it's a hard living. It's really hard to You know, really the people that make a living with that, they're, you know, train their voice. You know, really it's their voice. That's what it is. It's not their musical knowledge, not anything like that.
Well, everybody watching should just close their eyes and listen to Mark for 10 seconds right now.
Mark After Dark.
Keep going.
What do you want me to say? I just rewind the video. Just rewind the video. Yeah. It's all the Jack Daniels. That's what it's from. No, it probably is. Which is really funny, because it's really funny that we mentioned that, because I was at work today, and I used to do videos on here back in 2007, and I found a video that I posted. Now, this is way before the vinyl community. I was just talking about records. I only posted like 2 videos. I recorded a bunch, but I didn't put them on there because I just wasn't like... I mean, now it's, you know, this is what it's all about, you know what I mean? But then it was like, man, it took me... I think I looked at it today and I only had 2 subscribers on it. And I had more than 2 subscribers, but... I should link. I'm not gonna link it. It is just it's ridiculous. You can see how short my hair is, and I pretty much just have a mustache at that point, which is pretty fantastic. But
whoa,
yeah. So I used to do videos on here. I think kind of the way I discovered it. I think Mr. Hall of Fame, or as the teacher said, Mr. Hafami. Hafami, I can't remember how he said it, but I think I watched a video that he did, and you know, I used to watch videos on here, and then sort of just one day I came across Luke. I was just like, man, you know what, I can do that. I was tried to do that before, but now it was like it's finally seemed like there was a what do you say? What is the
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. No, it seemed like there was an audience for it, which was fantastic.
Purpose.
So
Reason.
There was a reason. So that was why I that's why I was on here. So and again, it's wonderful. You know, Blake. I know he's a new guy. Welcome aboard. You know, and it's weird because it's like all this classical music. I know pretty much nothing about classical music, so it's just going to be something to have a great. We're here to teach. We're here to share. I mean, I'm here to learn more. If what I show you, I mean. It is what it is, you know. I hope, if anybody's taken anything away from it, that's what it's all about. I'm that's great, but I'm really here to learn, and I may not comment on your videos, but I'm watching it. Don't worry, I'm paying attention to what you have to say, and taking those mental notes and things like that, and not just Blake, but I mean. A lot of other people on here. I tried to subscribe back to everybody that does videos. I really probably need to go through and see, because I'm sure I'm missing some people, but it's great. So Tony, again, congratulations on your 500 subs. Hope that's some tidbits that about me. Here you go. The more you know. Ooh. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. So get out of here.